That granola bar you had this morning, it has more sugar than a Snickers, and that's just the beginning. The food industry has spent billions of dollars making you believe certain foods are healthy. They're not. And the scariest part, you're probably eating at least 3 of them every single day. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the 7 worst offenders, the foods disguised as health foods that are quietly working against your body. And number 4 is the one even nutritionists get wrong. Stay with me. Now, before we go through the list, I want to talk about number 4 first, because it's the one that genuinely shocked me when I researched it. This food is recommended by doctors, sold in pharmacies, and marketed specifically to people who are trying to be healthy. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing on this entire list. But to understand exactly why it's so dangerous, you need to hear the first 3. Let's get into it. Let's start with flavored yogurt. You've seen it everywhere. Strawberry, blueberry, peach. It comes with words like probiotic, low fat, and made with real fruit. Sounds like the perfect breakfast, right? Here's what they don't put on the label. A single cup of flavored yogurt contains up to 26 grams of sugar. That's more than 6 teaspoons in one small cup. And that real fruit at the bottom, it's not fruit. It's fruit-flavored sugar syrup with artificial coloring. The low-fat version is even worse because when they strip the fat out, they dump more sugar in to keep it tasting good. You are eating dessert and calling it breakfast. The fix is dead simple. Switch to plain Greek yogurt. Add your own fresh berries. You get real probiotics, real protein, 0 added sugar, and honestly, it tastes better. One small swap, massive difference. Granola bars, the ultimate on-the-go health snack, or so we're told. High protein, whole grains, natural, every gym-goer's best friend. Flip it over and read the ingredients. Most granola bars contain corn syrup, refined sugar, hydrogenated oils, and artificial flavors, all glued together with more sugar. A standard granola bar has between 12 and 29 grams of sugar. Some of the most popular brands on the market have a worse nutritional profile than a Kit Kat. You are eating a chocolate bar with better marketing. If you need something quick, go for a handful of raw almonds and a piece of fruit. You get healthy fats, fiber, and natural sugar your body actually knows how to process. Smoothies, a blender full of fruit. How can that possibly be bad for you? This one breaks a lot of people's hearts, so I'll be direct. When you blend fruit, you destroy the fiber structure, and fiber is what slows down sugar absorption in your body. Without it, the natural sugars in fruit hit your bloodstream almost as fast as drinking a can of Coke. A standard fruit smoothie can contain 45 to 60 grams of sugar with almost no fiber left. Your blood sugar spikes, your insulin spikes, and 2 hours later, you're hungrier than before you drank it. Fruit juice is even worse. It's literally just sugar water with vitamins. The solution? Add spinach, cucumber, avocado, or protein powder to your smoothie. Blending vegetables keeps the fiber intact, and eat whole fruit whenever you can. Your body was designed to process it that way. We're halfway through, and I want to make sure you stay for number 4 because this is the one I mentioned at the start, the one sold in health food stores, the one your doctor might have even recommended. Coming up in 60 seconds. Here it is, number 4. Agave syrup. This is the one sitting in health food stores next to the organic honey and raw coconut sugar. It's marketed as a natural, low glycemic alternative to sugar. Perfect for diabetics. Perfect for anyone trying to eat clean. Now here's the truth that the industry does not want you to know. Agave syrup contains up to 85% fructose. For comparison, regular table sugar is about 50% fructose. High fructose corn syrup, the ingredient everyone knows is terrible, is 55%. Agave is worse than both of them. Fructose is processed exclusively by your liver. In large amounts, it causes fatty liver disease, increases triglycerides, and drives insulin resistance far more aggressively than regular sugar. The low glycemic claim is technically true, but only because fructose bypasses the normal blood sugar pathway and goes straight to your liver instead. That's not a health benefit. That's a metabolic disaster. Use raw honey or pure maple syrup in small amounts. They contain trace minerals and antioxidants, and your body handles them far better. Multigrain bread. Brown, hearty, looks wholesome. You specifically chose it over white bread because you're trying to be healthy. Good instinct, wrong product. Multigrain simply means the bread contains more than one type of grain. It says nothing about whether those grains are whole or refined. Most multigrain breads are made primarily from refined white flour with a few token whole grains mixed in for appearance. The fiber content is barely higher than white bread. The glycemic index is almost identical, and it spikes your blood sugar just as fast. You paid more for the same problem. Look for 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat as the very first ingredient on the label. If it says enriched flour anywhere near the top, put it back. You made a salad. Spinach, kale, cherry tomatoes, cucumber. Genuinely one of the healthiest meals you can eat. Then you poured 2 tablespoons of store-bought dressing on top and undid half the work. Most commercial salad dressings, especially low-fat versions, are loaded with refined seed oils, added sugar, artificial flavors, and preservatives. 2 tablespoons of a popular ranch dressing contains 14 grams of fat from refined oils and up to 4 grams of added sugar. The low-fat version replaces that fat with even more sugar and thickeners. These seed oils, soybean, canola, sunflower, are highly processed and promote inflammation in the body, which is the root cause of almost every chronic disease. Make your own. Olive oil, lemon juice, a pinch of salt. Takes 30 seconds, costs almost nothing, and extra virgin olive oil is one of the most studied anti-inflammatory foods on the planet. Coconut water, marketed as nature's sports drink, pure, natural, packed with electrolytes. Instagram's favorite hydration solution. Here's the reality. Coconut water does contain potassium and some electrolytes. That part is true. But a 330 milliliter serving also contains around 15 grams of natural sugar. For someone who isn't an endurance athlete who just ran 10 miles, you do not need those electrolytes, and you definitely don't need the sugar. Plain water replaces hydration just as effectively for the vast majority of people. The electrolyte story is largely a marketing angle borrowed from the sports drink industry. Drink plain water. If you genuinely need electrolytes after intense exercise, add a pinch of Himalayan salt and a squeeze of lemon. Same result. Fraction of the cost. So there you have it. Flavored yogurt, granola bars, smoothies, agave syrup, multigrain bread, salad dressings, coconut water, all marketed as health foods, all working quietly against your body. Here's the thing. Cutting these 7 out and making the simple swaps I showed you today can reduce your daily sugar intake by up to 60 grams. That is the difference between fueling chronic inflammation every single day and actually giving your body what it needs to heal and thrive. If this surprised you, you are going to want to see what's coming next week. We're going deeper, exposing the exact psychological tricks the food industry uses to keep you buying the wrong things. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And while you're here, watch this video next. It covers the 10 superfoods that actually do what they promise. See you there.